I'm Lisa Byrn, and I'm in the music room. I met him in a small town in southern Colorado. He stole my heart right from the start. Frozen time with no tomorrow. We toasted with a glass of wine and a tavern on a mountainside. And as the fire warmed our souls, we fell in love in old Durango. We talked about the things we did when we were crazy kids. We laughed and then we cried over loved ones lost through the years. We toasted with a glass of wine and a tavern on a mountainside. And as the fire warmed our souls, we fell in love in old Durango. Oh, Durango. And as the tavern doors had closed, we walked out in the moonlit snow. Snowflakes falling all around, we held each other close in old Durango. Oh, Durango. I reminisce about those days so long ago when we were so full of life. Memories fade as we grow old, but that night is frozen in time as we toasted with a glass of wine and a tavern on a mountainside. As the fire warmed our souls, we fell in love in old Durango. Oh, Durango. Oh, Durango. Thank you.
Welcome, Lisa. It's about time we got you in here.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me.
You bet. Well, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to get here.
Lisa, I've wondered, in watching you and about you over the years in the Dallas music scene, I've kind of wondered about the background. Why don't you tell us about that, where you grew up, where you were born and raised, kind of what got you into doing this in the first place?
All right. Well, I was born in Paris, Texas, but
Lamar County.
Yeah, Lamar County, and that's where my mom and dad, they both were born there, and but I only lived there for a couple of years, and then we moved to Denison, and then we moved to Irving, then we moved to Dallas, and pretty much stayed in Dallas. I don't know, my dad, he played guitar and sang, and, you know, him and his brothers sit around and jam on the front porch, you know, in the country where my grandparents lived, and watching that, I guess, growing up, and, you know, and watching all the music shows on TV when I was a kid, you know, the Grand Ole Opry and all that. And always, you know, I want to do that one of these days.
Caught the bug.
And it is very infectious.
Yeah. So I got my first guitar when I was 16. I worked at the Melody Shop at North Park.
I know, I remember
showing my
it well.
age here.
right down the hall from Penny's. Wasn't far down from J.C. Penney's here.
Yeah, and anyway, I got my guitar there, and it was a Yamaha classical. And kind of started off, my first class I ever had was a classical guitar class. But that wasn't for me, you know. I was like, I want to rock and roll.
Yeah.
or whatever. So just kind of years went by and I didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, it was kind of frustrating learning how to play the guitar and all that. So in the late 90s, I just decided it's now or never. And so I went and got me another guitar. Well, actually, I had a guitar that I had bought when I was living in Houston. It was where my territory was, and I passed by this music store every day. And I thought, I'm going to go in there. And I ended up buying a guitar there. And anyways, just started playing. A friend of mine introduced me to Sons of Herman.
Right.
And I thought, this is just the most wonderful place I've ever been in my life.
Very nurturing place.
Yes. Especially for people that don't really know how to play, and they're very welcoming. And so I'd go and sit in the circles every Thursday. I mean, I was committed. After a while, I caught on and
contributed.
Started writing songs. I think I started writing songs in 1998 and really, have continued since then. So
yeah, and you've also continued with Sons of Herman Hall because you're now their board of directors. You manage. You
got a lot going on there. And I want to know. I want you to be able to, as a representative of them, here in a few minutes, we'll stick it between a couple songs, but I want you to tell us about that and tell people that don't know the Sons of Herman what it is. But are you really a Harley girl?
I am not a Harley girl per se, but I did take a trip to Mexico and ended up on the back of a Harley traveling through Mexico, and that's what that song's about.
Well, I want to hear that song.
Yeah.
Well, that's the song I was going to do next.
Well, that's just a coincidence.
There was a storm blowing in, unforeseen danger around the bend. Riding her Harley high in the mountains, deep in the depths of Mexico. Not the kind of place a young girl should go. Dark clouds were rolling in, seemed close enough to touch with your hand. The wind chilled her to the bone, with only a poncho to keep warm. Searching for shelter from the storm. Life of a traveling Harley girl, where danger lurks at every turn. Fearless of the life she leads, destined to ride, born to be free. Nighttime was setting in when she came upon a cantina of drunken men. She entered tired, wet and cold. It smelled of tequila, sweat and mold. Not the kind of place a young girl should go. She drank mezcal with the worm, soon in a state of no return. Not knowing the spirits that bottle holds, she took off on her Harley down the road. High in the mountains of Mexico, life of a traveling Harley girl, where danger lurks at at every turn. Fearless of the life she leads, destined to ride, born to be free, too drunk to drive the winding road. Her Harley spun out of control. She laid that Harley down. Yeah, she laid that Harley down. Yeah, she laid that Harley down. High in the mountains of Mexico. Not the kind of place a young girl should go.
So I gotta ask you, backtrack a step or two. You mentioned Paris to Denison. You know, that's my hometown. When were you in Denison?
When I was 4. Let's see, 4 to 6.
So you were just there early then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you went to Irving, and
And
then
from 6 to, actually we were only in Irving. No, from 2 to 4 to 6, 6 to 8, and then to Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You had it going on every 2 years.
Yeah. Well, my dad kept getting transferred. He managed Piggly Wiggly.
Oh,
And he kept
okay.
getting
Yeah,
transferred.
there was a Piggly Wiggly right on Myrick Street in Denison
Yep.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
I'll be
probably the
darned.
one he managed.
Yeah, it's the only one
Yep.
that was there. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the Sons of Herman Hall for those listening, wanting to get some more info as well.
It's a wonderful music venue. You also can rent it for private parties, weddings, whatever. But on Thursday nights, we have what we call our campfire acoustic jam. And we actually have these little campfires set up in the
Now this
middle of
is
the
just for
circle.
those of you who don't know. It's in Dallas.
This is in Dallas, yes. 3414 Elm Street, actually near Deep Ellum. On Thursday nights, we have a jam, and everybody sits around in circles, and you don't just have to play guitar. I mean, we have all kinds of people bring all kinds of instruments. They sit around in circles in each of the rooms and just share their songs, and it's really a wonderful thing. And it starts about 7.
It's been a music spot for a long time.
A long
But I think
time.
it's especially for the folk community. I think the folk music community.
Yes, I think it started in the early 80s, the actual jam did. But the building itself has been there since 1911.
Yeah, it's
so-
older than baseball.
Yeah.
You know.
You have a song called Million Miles Away. Tell us about that song.
Actually, that song, I've had such a hard time with the first couple of lines because I'm trying to decide, should I do it in first person, in the present, should I do it in past tense, whatever. Because actually, I thought about that song when I was dating this guy, and I'm sitting there, and you know, we're both sitting in the same room, and he never really had much to say, but I was sitting there thinking, he doesn't want to be here, you know? And that's kind of what the song's about. So I decided, well, I'm just going to do it in first person and pretend like I'm right there singing it to him, you know?
There you go.
I glanced across the room. I see you sitting over there. No expression on your face. I feel you wishing you weren't here. You're just a million miles away. In a place where you feel sane. A place where people go, where feelings never show. just wasting time. Pretending that we care. Holding on to love that really isn't there. We're just a million miles away, in a place where we feel safe, a place where people go, where feelings never show. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Afraid to make a change, afraid of being left alone, not knowing what to do, afraid to do it all again. We're just a million miles away, place where we feel safe, a place where people go, where feelings never show. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. So where do we go from here? Do we take the same path and let our love last? Thank you.
Like it.
You have some really pretty melodies that you've come up with for your songs that I've heard so far, and they go with the song. Do you normally get lyrics first, or do melodies come, or do they come together?
Well, they seem to somewhat come together. Sometimes I come up with a hook and I'm like, okay, I want this to be,
Riding in that direction.
a happy song or a sad song
Yeah.
or, a soft song or more of a rockish, although I'm not a big rocker, I try to be sometimes.
I wanted to be a rock star too. It ain't happening for me.
I liked your major seventh in your one position, and then going to the minor to actually the seventh of the minor in the second position. I thought that was a real nice touch.
Well, thank you.
I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
Yeah, okay, guitar player. I can, do what I need to do for my songwriting. I wish I could play a little lead and that sort of thing, but
All
just don't-
songwriters wish they
I
could do
don't-
that, and very few of them can.
I know. I just don't take the time to learn. So
I want to ask you too. We have a mutual friend in Loretta.
Mm-hmm.
Loretta, she is delightful lady. I like Loretta. Met her a long time ago, and I know she spoke highly of you. And what is y'all's association? Y'all get to do shows together occasionally? Or?
We used to. We did a show together at Picking in the Pines, and we've done.
Was that at Lynn's place?
No, that's T. Roy Miller's place.
Okay.
In East Texas, and we've been on stage together at Lynn's place. Just various different venues. We've played together. She out like near Tyler and
East Texas.
Yeah, she's invited me out there to do some things together, and we did have a little thing going at one point in time. She was coming to Dallas a lot, and she was doing some recording here, and we actually were both recording in the same studio at the time, and she was coming coming to Dallas more often so I could see her more often. So we were playing together more then. We came up with the name that we were Silk and Satin.
All right.
Well, I sure do like both of you. Tell us about These Things.
This song is about a guy that I dated at one point in time. Actually, it's a very generic song that anybody, when you think of the things that you loved about that person, is what the song's pretty much about. Bubble bath, candle lights, long walks in the middle of the night. These things remind me of you. Laughing loud, silly smiles, holding hands, making plans. These things remind me of you. You had to walk away, still wish there was something I could say to make you change your mind. I can't fade away the memories that we made. You were here with me. Clear lakes, pine trees, picking flowers, going wild and free. These things remind me of you. Singing songs by campfire light, kisses down by the waterside. These things remind me of you. You had to walk away, still wish there was something I could say to make you change your mind. All that I have left, all the memories that I have kept, song I sing for you. Smoky bars, steel guitars, dancing in the morning hours. These things remind me of you. Long talks on the telephone, martinis down in San Antonio. These things remind me of you. Yeah, you. These things remind me of you. Yeah, you. These things remind me of you. Yeah, you. Thank you.
Like it.
I like her tone.
Yeah. That's
So I
right.
just wrote
He just
down.
wrote on here, I like her folk tone.
So I make notes. So
Yes, he does. That's how we talk without talking. You got a nice award. You were entered into the Woody Guthrie Singer-Songwriter competition.
Yes.
Received the Honorable Mention Award. And was that the same time you got the award for Dancing on My Daddy's Feet? got 16th place out of all the entries. That's awesome.
I think that we ought to go ahead and hear that song, and you ought to tell. The song sounds pretty self-explanatory, but then again, maybe it's not.
Yeah, it is pretty self-explanatory, I guess.
Well, this is something, I used to do as a little girl. I think most little girls do it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and believe it or not, when little boys are going to their first dance, they dance on their mother's feet, too.
Yes.
We all
yes.
Yeah, all of us do.
Yeah, and it was a wonderful memory I had with my dad. And
My problem is my mother didn't know how to do the boogaloo, and I kept trying to do it. And it was
Great.
No, I'm just kidding.
oh, how the time has flown since my daddy, he passed on, and the angels took him away. Standing by his bedside with his fragile hand in mine, never letting go. I miss him so much that it makes me cry. Fond memories of him are sketched clear in my mind as I was dancing on my daddy's feet to the rhythm of a country beat, swaying to and fro, holding on to his fingers tight with the fragile little hands of mine, never letting go. Knew all the words to his favorite 45s. We danced as we sang along, and I can see him smile as I was dancing on my daddy's feet to the rhythm of a country beat, swaying to and fro, holding on to his fingers tight with the fragile little hands of mine, never letting go. Still feel the presence of him in my heart when I'm feeling down and low. It lifts me up when I think about dancing with my daddy's feet to the rhythm of a country beat, swaying to and fro, holding on to his fingers tight with the fragile little hands of mine, never letting go. No, no, never letting go. No, no, never letting go.
You captured that so sweetly. I like that. It was really nice. Really nice.
It's a cool thing when you can write a song and a daddy and a daughter can both get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
nice. You appeal to a large audience with a song like that.
Yeah. I know that you've been playing festivals and some different clubs in the Plano and Dallas area. Out of all the places that you have, well, of course, Sons of Herman and Balcony Club, what would you say was your most favorite experience and why?
That's hard. Well, I would say some of the most fun times I have is playing at Sons of Herman, because we do what we call Sunstock in August, and it's a fundraiser for Lodge 66, which is one. There's two lodges there, Lodge 66 and Lodge 22, and it's a fundraiser for Lodge 66 and also to commemorate or whatever, Woodstock. So, it's an all-day festival, music all day long. We have booths with artists, and we kind of just try to bring back that Woodstock feeling.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Check that out.
So I have two quick questions for you before you do. What is it? Miss you
all the time.
All the time. Before you do that song, maybe you can tell us who Herman is and who his son is.
Well, Herman was a warrior back in the Roman days. He was what they called a Cheruser or something to that effect. His village or whatever, this people that were, he was like the king of his, kingdom, tribe.
Yeah. Kind of like you are at the Sons of Herman. Queen.
To be honest with you, I can't tell you every detail, but he went against the Roman army and he won. And because they were not treating his people right. And so he won and they lived peacefully for a while, but then eventually he was assassinated. So, but that's who they named it after for some reason.
The Sons of Herman then is all the people who fight against injustice.
That's right.
There you go. Sounds like Batman.
Our
like this.
Motto, I guess you would say, is friendship, love, and loyalty.
Hey, you
That's
can't go
good.
against that.
No,
That's right.
not at
That's
all.
right.
Miss You All the Time. Tell us about that song.
There was a time, I guess, like when I wrote these things and that song as well, that I was going through a rough time, breakup, that sort of thing, and that's what this is about. I miss your kisses, your sweet lips, your loving arms, your tenderness. I miss your body close to mine. I miss you, baby. I miss you all the time. Each morning I wake up with you on my mind. Don't want no other but you by my side. Without you near me, all I do is cry. I miss you, baby. I miss you all the time. I can't help the way I feel. My love for you, I know is real. So lead your heart back to mine. Come back, baby. Miss you all the time. Late at night, when I'm alone, I close my eyes, but sleep won't come. I long to hold you in my arms. I need you, baby. Need you all night long. I can't help the way I feel. My love for you, I know is real. So lead your heart back to mine. Come back, baby. I love you, baby, and I miss you all the time. I love you, baby, miss you all the time. I love you, baby, miss you all the time. I love you, baby, and I miss you all the time. Thank you.
So let's spend a minute and talk about your real influences writing. Because, I mean, I hear Judy Collins and you, and I hear other people, but who are the people that made you want to write?
If you're talking about other musicians or influences of songs that I listened to when I was younger, Joni Mitchell was one of the first, I guess. Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris.
Great singers.
Yeah. A lot of those I really favored a lot. And I'm sure there's plenty others along the way. Stevie Nicks.
When you mentioned Joni Mitchell, she was special, is special.
Yes.
She's at a kind of a different place to me than most other writers. I don't know what it is. I have a reverence for her that...
Her songs are hard to sing.
They are.
Hard to sing, and I do Circle Game. I do that one, and I do The Wind Is In From Africa.
I could hear you doing Big Yellow Taxi too, or maybe even Woodstock.
Yeah,
her version of Woodstock is so laid back.
If I could just play it.
Oh, you can play it. I'll teach it to you.
You need to find somebody to play while you just go ahead and sing.
Yes, exactly.
It's just 2 chords. You can play them. Most of it's 2 chords, yeah.
Oh, I guess I've just never looked at it to see.
It's just dominantly in your E and A positions. It's just they're kind of derivative chords off of that, but you can do it. There's no doubt, and you've definitely got the punch in the voice for it. Broken Hearts.
We had a little spell, didn't we, there? We had a little spell that wasn't so happy. But you got good songs out of them, so hey.
This song, although, is not about me.
Yay!
This song is, I used to frequent this club. I used to go there late on Thursday nights. Like, I'd leave the gym at the Sons of Herman, and then I'd go over here and I'd to this place, and I'd play their open mic.
Where was that?
At the Goat.
Okay.
The Goat.
Yeah.
And I was looking at these people on the dance floor. It's like, I know that one, I know that one, I know that one. And that one used to date that person, and then that person dated that person, and now that person's dating that person, and you know. And that's kind of where this song came from.
Sounds like a family in Arkansas.
Broken nights all over town. Johnny loves Suzy, but Suzy loves Sam. Sam's got his mind on Sarah, but Sarah, she don't care. She's got her eye on a young man over there. Tangled in a web of love, hearts spin around, but they get nowhere. It's hard to love the one you're with when your mind's on somebody else. Long ago, lovers and one-night stands, 3-time losers and 2-timing friends. Everybody's got their story to tell about lies and cheating and a lover's betrayal. Always gotta blame it on somebody else, oh yeah. Tangled in a web of love, hearts spin around but they get nowhere. It's hard to love the one you're with when your mind's on somebody else. Might think it's greener on the other side. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right. Guess you'll never know till you try. That's the chance you take to find the love of your life. Silver-tongued devils with pickup lines, smooth movers, they come in all kinds. Lovers' mistakes cause hearts to break. Empty words have nothing to say. There's a price you pay for every promise that you made. Tangled in a web of love, hearts spin around but they get nowhere. It's hard to love the one you're with when your mind's on somebody else. Might think it's greener on the other side. Sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right. Guess you'll never know till you try. Well, that's the chance you take to find the love of your life. Broken hearts all over town. Johnny loves Suzy, but Suzy loves Sam. Oh yeah, hearts spinning round. Oh yeah, round and round. Oh yeah, round and round. Broken hearts all over town. Thank you.
Very good. Clever writing.
Thanks.
Do you have any other siblings that play, or are you the only musical one other than your dad?
No, just me.
Just you?
Just
Now
me.
you
I
have
have
a
two
son.
sisters and a brother, but yeah,
Yeah.
they've none of them.
Huh. What about your son? I know you mentioned you had a son. He's
Yes.
in the service, getting ready to deploy. Thank you for your service and be safe.
Amen.
Actually, when he was 5, from taking him to like picking in the Pines and to Lynn's and different places like that, he really picked up on the harmonica. And so some of the guys that played harmonica, they showed him how to do it and they gave him harmonicas. And so, he immediately picked up on it. He was a blues playing little fool when he was 5 years old till he was about 10 years old. And I bought him the whole set of harmonicas and everything. And when he got to be about 10 years old, he's like, yeah, done there,
Oh,
He'll come
Been
back
there,
to
done
it.
that.
He'll come back to it.
So later on, a friend of mine actually bought him an electric guitar, a Fender guitar, and a little amp and everything. And so he's kind of noodles around on that. And my daughter, she plays a little bit of piano, and she took some violin lessons and that sort of thing. But it's not anything they want to pursue right now.
What do they think
so.
about Mom playing out and doing all this?
Oh, they love it. They've always been very supportive.
Was your dad supportive when you wanted to learn to play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, So he encouraged you instead of discouraged you. Some musicians go different ways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He encouraged me, Of course, back then I could barely even play, so, I was just kind of messing around with it.
Well, we're glad that you got to where you came to because
Certainly
you
can play.
Yeah.
Can do it.
Doing a
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank you.
You have a song called
Changes. I do a good Helen impersonation.
You Just Can't Help Yourself, can you?
This song came about a couple of years ago, I guess, right at, I guess I wrote it right around December, but my son, was going into the Air Force, and my daughter, she was moving out, and I was considering moving from where I lived, and so that's how this song kind of came about. Changes in my life, just like the seasons passing by. Green leaves turn to brown, red and golden hues on the ground. Living in this town always seemed to have its ups and downs. Nothing holding me here. New place, new colors, and new year. Coming to a crossroads. Should I stay or should I go? I can't foresee the future, and that's what scares me the most. Think it's time to move on, make room for the new to come along. Just like old lang syne, put away the past, leave it all behind. Coming to a crossroads. Should I stay or should I go? I can't foresee the future, and that's what scares me the most. Ooh, changes. Ooh, changes. Ooh, changes. It's changes in my life. Hate to leave my friends. There's a bond we have that'll never end. May see each other once again. Only miles between us until then. Ooh, changes. Ooh, changes. Ooh, changes. All these changes, changes in my life. All these changes, changes in my life. All these changes, changes in my life. Thank you.
I understand that one. So I want to thank you again very much for coming down and sharing your evening with us, and the short drive down here from Dallas. But sometimes it's still tough on people. But I appreciate you coming down and being a part of our show and being a part of the In the Music Room family. Now we're glad to have you as a member of the family. By the way,
well, thank you very much.
And you asked in your last song, you asked a rhetorical question, and that's what's happened to this world. Want to talk about it, or want to just sing it?
I actually wrote this song after the 9/11 tragedy, so it's fairly old song. I first named it Hand in Hand, and then as the years went by and all the tragedies that have been going on in the world, I decided to change it to what's happening to this world. Anyway, that's what it's about. Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? Crazy people doing crazy things, taking lives just to be heard, scheming ways to terrorize just so they can rule the earth. Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? There's room for you and there's room for me. Plenty of space in there to breathe. Can't we live in peace and harmony and share this world in which we live? Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? Tell me what's going on. What's happening to this world? Can't we find a way to compromise? Live upon this earth without disguise. Can't we do away with cries of hunger and share the fruits of our land? Walk together hand in hand. Walk together hand in hand. Walk together hand in hand. Walk together. Thank you. Yeah, that's, I guess, my one and only political song that I've written.
No, I mean, that's a good song for sure. Thank you so much for sharing your music and yourself with us this past hour. It's been a pleasure. I also want to thank our staff, Jean and Barbara Moore, for the great pictures that you're going to see of yourself that they're going to put out. Larry Green for our engineer work tonight. Thank you for our in-house studio, too. The founder of this project, Randy Treadway. And I also want to thank you, the listening audience. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. I'm Helen Kennedy, and you're in the music room.